Hello traders, this is Mac Billion. Today is March 1st, 2017, and let's talk about the market. Today it was a great day. It was a huge day. The S&P rallied after Trump's speech last night, and it seems like the spider went up 1.40%, and it tested the Fibonacci extension this time, 240. That was the major resistance, and I talk about it here because we were in a huge divergence right here, and I said we're probably gonna move sideways or we're gonna pull back. So it happens as scenario number one. We move sideways for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days until today we gap up and test the Fibonacci resistance 240. Now we are back at divergence on the DMI with the minus directional at the bottom and the plus directional at the top. So what do we do here? That's the big question. What do we do here? We enter long in here. We're gonna break out and continue. I won't enter here because the divergence. I think is gonna move sideways again and continue, or it's gonna pull back. That's my thinking. There's a little gap right here to close. So maybe this ATF the A Spider wanna close this gap. I don't know, but I wouldn't enter long in here because I think it's gonna move sideways, especially if you trade options. But the market is bullish. So don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that the market is gonna break down or something. It's bullish. I don't enter right here because the divergence. I think it's gonna move sideways, or it's gonna pull back and close the gap. So now let's talk about another one. Let's talk about CMA. CMA, as you can see here, had a great day today. It bounced at the $70 yesterday, and today with the market it gap up very nicely and almost moved 5%. So I have a position on this one. As you can see here, it break out this resistance right here and gap up, and it looks like it's heading to the Fibonacci extension 78, which is my target. So let's see what happens. It's doing very well. I talk about it in my last video on this one, so if you follow me, you know I talk about it. Now let's talk about LMT. This is a very nice stock. I have been telling you about this one. It's pushing right here. It's like having a couple bulls hammered in this Fibonacci 270. Bam, bam, bam. 3 times, 3 days. Bending this Fibonacci resistance. As soon as it break out and confirm, this thing is gonna fly. ADX is at 30. There's a lot of big money buying right here for the breakout, and DMI is perfectly set up for a run to 286. That's my target. I'm long in LMT. So let's see what happens. Now let's talk about Nordstrom. Nordstrom breakout this I will say this is a bearish flat. It breakout right here. Let me zoom this out. It closed the gap, closed this gap, and then the next day, Monday, and it break down. It moves below the 5 DMA, and it break down the 21 DMA. Today was a great day, but it is still falling down. I think it's bearish. I think it's gonna break down as soon as it gets to $43 or $42. I think it's gonna break down and it's gonna go to the 40s or 35. And the last one that I'm going to talk about, this is the GDX. This is gold. I closed the position today in this one. I entered a couple days ago and took 25% profits on this one. I didn't like because I don't see any volume. This is a ATF that usually trade between 70 millions to 75 millions, and it trade only 64 millions. So and based on Spider, you can see some divergence. The S&P is on divergence. I think it might pull back here. Maybe go down to 21 and it's gonna bounce really hard. So I don't want to risk those profits. I took the profits and I'm waiting for a better entry. If it tests right here, rally, and it tests this resistance right here, it will be another perfect small short-term trade, short. But the best trade will be if you break down this major support. That will be the best trade. If you break down right here, $13. That's the target. So let's see what happens. I'll keep an eye on this one because this one moves very nicely, and the auctions are very nice to buy because they don't have that big gap in the axe and the price. So let me show you how I'm doing so far for the year. I have closed 7 trades for the year, and so far I'm 745% profits. I got a loss Amazon at the beginning of the year for 40% loss, and right now I have six positions open. Two of them are doing bad, they're down. One is neutral, and the other three are doing very good. So let's see what happens. I think I'm doing good. I think 745% profits is good. Please, if you want to join McBillion, I have a nice promotion on the website, so you can join McBillion for lifetime membership. You will get my online videos, you might get my trades, you will get my mentoring, and the whole thing about McBillion is to learn how to do it yourself, how to create a technique, how to trade using technical analysis, and do it yourself. Not that you have to follow me forever. So I'm putting this nice promotion, so you only pay one time and you become a member lifetime. So check it out. This is everything for today. Trade on.